Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today is the 26th of January, 2024. We're going to talk about Apple stock today because earnings is coming up. And you usually get these type of articles right here from Morningstar and other publications trying to answer the question, is Apple stock a buy, a sell, or is it pretty much where it needs to be on price? Article right here was written by William Kerwin on yesterday, and it goes into their metrics as to whether or not they think Apple is a buy or a sell. Okay, so I'm not going to go through this whole article, but generally they suspect, off of all their information that they derive and the research that they do internally, they think that Apple is expensive. They're trying to, off of their research, tell us that the price to be around $160 per share. That's where their fair value is. Apple currently is trading at $194.54. So that would mean, in order for them to get that fair value out of Apple, the market had to fall 17, almost 18%. Okay. So one thing I wanted to show you from this article, it's right here, fair value estimate for Apple with this 2-star rating. We believe Apple stock is overvalued compared with our long-term fair value estimate. Our fair value estimate for Apple is $160 per share. And that valuation implies a fiscal year 2024 adjusted price earnings multiple of 24 times, a fiscal 2024 enterprise value sales multiple of 6 times, and a fiscal 2024 free cash flow yield of 5%. So for them to get $160 value estimate out of Apple stock, you got to include all of those implications. If one of those implications are off, then their $160 estimate will be off as well, which is so hard to try to compare fundamental analysis and try to attach it to the stock price. Because if one of those things are off on how they derived their fair value estimate for Apple stock, it would dramatically impact what they think the stock price should be for Apple, which is why we don't focus on the fundamentals, because what you perceive as important, the market may not. And what the market may perceive on a fundamental basis as being important, you may not think it's important. So it's impossible for all of the market participants to come on the same page and agree on what metric is more important. That is why we don't push fundamental analysis here on this channel. It's real simple. And then on top of that, you can only project. Like I said, it's all a guess. These are only estimates. So they can always come back and say, well, we only projected, 6% compound annual revenue growth. But what if it comes in at 3%? Automatically, your price target is shot. Automatically. Because your calculations did not project a 3% compound annual revenue growth. You put 6% in your calculations, not 3. Here's a chart that they provide of Apple's historical price to fair value ratio. Is overvalued. Ratios over 1.0 indicate when the stock is overvalued, while ratios below 1.0 mean the stock is undervalued. But take a look. Look how long Apple has been overvalued. But it doesn't mean you can't make money from the stock. It's charts like this that make people hesitant in buying the stock. Because during this whole time, Apple has been undervalued. If we go and look at the yearly chart or a couple of weeks chart from 2021 to today, you'll see that the Apple stock price, let's go, has been trending higher. 2021. Look at what the price has done in Apple stock starting at the beginning of the year. Going to where the price is now. You're already up 52, almost 53%. But looking at their chart is overvalued. You don't want to come and buy it. Well, yeah, whatever. Like it doesn't make sense. If you just look at this chart alone, you'll say I can't buy Apple because the price to fair value ratio is overvalued right now. So I'm just going to wait. And as you wait, the price has gone up. Now make it make sense. Make it make sense. So now, back to our price prediction though. Okay, because we did a price prediction in Apple a couple of days ago. Matter of fact, on the 23rd of January, the 22nd of January, we're looking for the price to go up. Now, it already came and hit our first area of take profit, that sell zone. The market in Apple is trying to break above it right now as we speak. It got rejected twice though, 2 days in a row. So those buyers are like, dang, I can't even break the market above 196 in Apple. They tried on 24th and they tried again yesterday. So if it doesn't happen, the reason why Apple stock is not going up is not because of all of these metrics that Morningstar is trying to show you and talk about. It's not that. It's because of these sellers that's at this range. That's all. That's it. The market moves off of supply and demand. It doesn't move off of calculations and metrics of fundamental analysis. But although it does cause chaos, and the market loves chaos because everyone is not moving on the same page, thereby which creates volatility, which thereby allows us to make money. So they appreciate all of the people who utilizes fundamental analysis to come up with their buy and sell targets. So let's look at this on the weekly chart first, because like I said, I think the market wants to make all-time highs in Apple, but don't expect that to happen until we see the market break above that sell zone, which I do think is going to try to do though, because this stock is very, very strong on the weekly time frame. Very strong. Let me look at this on the monthly chart first. Yeah, so my announcement didn't change. Even though Morningstar is trying to tell us as we approach earnings, which is due to be released on the 1st of February, after market close, we may get a move to the downside. And that's going to cause a lot of people to come in and, oh man, what we're going to do? Apple stock is going down. The reaction after the earnings release and soon thereafter is where I'm paying attention. Because if you see demand coming to the market in Apple after it falls, you already know that people bought. And everyone else who was nervous off of the results of the earnings, they're going to be left shaking their head like, why did I sell? So I'm going to be paying attention to the price action of Apple stock after the earnings, because I want to see if the demand is going to show up. Because if it does, then guess what? You got it. Our analysis is still on point. We're going to still look for Apple to go up. But if I don't see that demand come through into the market in Apple, then we're going to have to come through and change our forecast. Just that simple. Because we already saw the market get rejected here at this sell zone. So for us to go down, don't be surprised if it does, because we've already seen how the buyers are unable to break that price above. Now check this out. The market may utilize this time now going up to the earnings and trade like this. And then once earnings is released, it finally gets that breakthrough. I'm just saying. But that's it. Go ahead and give me your thoughts. Make sure you maintain the profitability. And as always, trade different.